Have you ever paused to consider whether some long-standing habits might be quietly eroding the quality of our lives? As we age, certain patterns that once felt routine may start to sap our energy, strain our relationships, and limit our experiences. The good news? Letting go of just a few of these habits could greatly enhance our emotional wellness, physical health, and overall satisfaction. In today's video, we're diving deep into 7 critical habits we need to break now if we want to truly thrive. Each habit we'll discuss may be impacting us more than we realize. These aren't just minor adjustments, they're essential shifts that influence everything from our connections with others to our self-perception and health. Breaking free from these habits can unlock a more enriching life, bringing purpose, resilience, and joy. Imagine spending our golden years with greater autonomy, deeper relationships, and a renewed sense of vitality. This journey isn't about dwelling on the past. It's about shaping a future where we feel more alive, more capable, and more in control. So, stay with us. Let's discover how these insights can make our best years truly remarkable. The first habit we need to let go of is the tendency to accept everything others say without questioning it. How often do we find ourselves nodding along, agreeing with statements just to keep the peace? This is a common behavior, especially as we grow older. We've been conditioned to think that staying silent or agreeing with others is the easiest way to avoid conflict. We often equate harmony with compliance, leading us to suppress our true feelings. This habit is insidious. It creeps into our lives, making us doubt our thoughts and beliefs. We may not realize it, but this pattern can shape our interactions in profound ways. Each time we agree with something we don't truly believe in, we risk undermining our self-worth. It's a subtle erosion of our identity. We might say yes when our hearts are screaming no, and with every forced affirmation, we surrender a piece of ourselves. Over time, this can lead to a disconnection from our true selves. We start to question our own opinions and feelings, feeling more like spectators in our lives, rather than active participants. It's easy to lose sight of who we are when we prioritize others' views over our own. This habitual compliance can leave us feeling hollow and disconnected from our core values. Our voices matter. They are built on a foundation of our unique experiences and lessons learned. Every opinion we hold is a reflection of our journey, shaped by our trials and triumphs. When we silence our voices, we negate the richness of our personal narratives. We become shadows of ourselves, echoing others' thoughts instead of expressing our own. It's crucial to recognize that our insights and perspectives contribute to the larger tapestry of conversation. By embracing our individuality and asserting our beliefs, we reclaim our place in discussions and affirm our worth. Staying true to our beliefs is not just an act of defiance. It's a pathway to strengthening our sense of autonomy and self-identity. When we speak our truths, we reinforce our boundaries and establish what we stand for. This process can be empowering, transforming our interactions from passive acceptance to active engagement. We can express disagreement with respect and clarity, fostering deeper connections with others. Engaging in healthy dialogue invites growth and understanding. It challenges us to think critically and articulate our viewpoints. In this way, we cultivate a more authentic relationship with ourselves and those around us. Let us commit to breaking this habit of blind acceptance. It starts with small steps, asking questions, seeking clarity, and feeling confident in our right to express dissent. Each time we assert our beliefs, we reclaim a piece of ourselves that may have been lost in the noise of conformity. The journey toward authenticity may not always be comfortable, but it is essential. Here are 5 practical pieces of advice to help us practice the habit of questioning and asserting our beliefs rather than blindly accepting what others say. 1. Practice active listening. When engaging in conversations, focus on truly listening to what others are saying. Resist the urge to immediately agree or respond. Instead, take a moment to process the information and reflect on how it aligns with your own beliefs and experiences. By practicing active listening, we create space for thoughtful responses rather than automatic agreements. 2. Ask questions. Cultivate curiosity by asking questions when someone presents an opinion or statement. Inquire about their reasoning, sources, or experiences that led them to their conclusions. Questions like, "What makes you think that?" Or "Can you tell me more about your perspective?" Not only deepen our understanding, but also give us the opportunity to express our own views and thoughts in the process. 3. Reflect on your values. Take time to identify and clarify your personal values and beliefs. Journaling can be a helpful tool in this process. Write down what matters most to you and why. This self-reflection strengthens our self-awareness, making it easier to recognize when our beliefs are being challenged or when we are inclined to agree with others for the sake of peace. 4. Practice assertiveness. Develop assertiveness skills by expressing your opinions respectfully and clearly. Use I statements to communicate your thoughts, such as "I feel" or "I believe." This approach allows us to voice our opinions without dismissing or invalidating others. Practicing assertiveness in low-stakes situations can build our confidence for more challenging discussions. Let us share you a story. Luke had always been the easygoing one in his group of friends, the guy who just went along with plans, never wanting to rock the boat. He enjoyed making people happy and keeping the peace, so he rarely voiced disagreement. But recently, he started to feel like his opinions didn't matter, and the unspoken tension within him kept growing. It wasn't that he was unhappy, more like he was becoming a stranger to himself, caught in routines where he followed rather than led. One afternoon, he decided to start changing things. He didn't have to jump straight into heated debates or take big stands. Instead, he'd practice voicing his opinions in small, everyday conversations. He wanted to test his voice to see how it felt to step out of the agreeable guy role, even if just by a step. His first chance came sooner than expected. His friend group, as usual, was deciding where to grab lunch. Luke normally went along with whatever spot they picked, but today he felt that quiet urge to do something different. So when his friend suggested their regular spot, Luke took a breath and said, "Actually, I heard there's a new place on 5th Street with really good sandwiches. Want to try it out?" A couple of friends looked at him, a bit surprised, but shrugged and agreed. It was a small victory. But as they enjoyed their meal at the new place, Luke felt a sense of satisfaction he hadn't felt before. He realized he could have a say without upsetting anyone, and it felt good. Encouraged by this success, Luke decided to bring the same approach home. At their next family dinner, when his sister asked if he could drive her to an event, something he would normally agree to without hesitation, he decided to pause. "I can't tomorrow. I've actually got plans. Maybe another time," he replied. His sister looked momentarily surprised but nodded, respecting his answer. This simple act of setting a boundary made Luke feel like he was standing taller, his own needs not just footnotes in someone else's schedule. As the weeks went by, Luke continued practicing these small moments of assertiveness. At work, he would chime in during team meetings if he had a suggestion, something he rarely did before. When his friends proposed plans, he felt more comfortable voicing his preferences or suggesting alternatives. He wasn't just going with the flow anymore. He was part of the current, actively shaping the direction. One day, an opportunity arose that required more than just a casual suggestion. His friend Danny, someone Luke respected a lot, brought up a plan for a new group project they were considering. The idea had traction, but Luke had serious reservations about the project's feasibility. In the past, he would have kept quiet, not wanting to challenge Danny's idea or seem like he was standing in the way. But today, after weeks of practicing assertiveness, he felt differently. He took a moment, then said, "I actually have a few concerns about the project. Maybe we could approach it a bit differently?" The room quieted, and all eyes turned to him. For a brief second, he felt that old, familiar urge to back down, but he held steady. To his surprise, Danny nodded thoughtfully, asking Luke to elaborate on his perspective. As he voiced his thoughts, he realized his concerns were valid, and the group began discussing potential solutions. Luke's input ended up helping the team see things they hadn't considered, and the project plan shifted for the better. This moment marked a turning point for Luke. He realized that his voice wasn't just important for his own sake, it added value to his relationships and work. Over time, he noticed that others respected him more. Not because he'd changed his nature, but because he'd started showing up as his true self. Assertiveness didn't require him to be loud or forceful. It was about owning his voice, one step at a time. Starting small had led Luke to this newfound strength, and he realized he'd never go back to that quiet, agreeable person who let his own desires sit at the back of the room. Now, he was here, solid, present, and unafraid to speak his mind. Number 5. Surround yourself with supportive people. Build a community of friends, family, or colleagues who value open dialogue and respect differing opinions. Engage with individuals who encourage critical thinking and appreciate diverse perspectives. A supportive environment fosters a sense of belonging and gives us the confidence to express our beliefs without fear of judgment. By incorporating these practices into our daily interactions, we can cultivate the habit of questioning and affirming our beliefs, leading to a more authentic and empowered life. The second habit we must let go of is living in the past. Memories can be beautiful. They hold moments that bring us joy. Yet, constantly dwelling on them can keep us from experiencing the present. While it's natural to cherish our past, we must be careful. Clinging to old memories can feel like carrying a heavy weight. It can trap us, making it hard to move forward and embrace life today. Many of us believe that our best days are behind us. We often hear phrases like, "Those were the days," as if the joy of life has already peaked. This mindset limits our potential. When we focus too much on what was, we miss out on what could be. The truth is, every day offers new opportunities. Life is a constant cycle of renewal, filled with chances for joy and growth. Each moment holds the possibility for something exciting. Living in the present opens up a world of possibilities. We may feel hesitant to step away from cherished memories. However, we must remember that today can be just as fulfilling. Each sunrise brings a fresh start. It's a chance to explore new passions and connect with others. By embracing the present, we allow ourselves to experience life in a richer way. We can discover new paths and create new memories that enhance our lives. Let's turn the page and look forward. Life is a journey that unfolds with each moment. Releasing our attachment to the past creates space for new experiences. Each day invites us to learn, grow, and find joy. We must approach life with an open heart and mind. The next chapter of our lives is waiting. It is full of potential, just waiting for us to embrace it. The third habit we need to leave behind is the neglect of our physical health, especially when we convince ourselves it's too late to start. This mindset, common as we grow older, is a dangerous trap that limits our potential. By thinking we're past the point of positive change, we cut ourselves off from a healthier, more vibrant life. However, No matter our age, whether in our 60s, 70s, or beyond, it's never too late to take meaningful action to care for our bodies. Recognizing this is the first step toward reclaiming our health and embracing all the possibilities still within reach. Making even small, deliberate changes can lead to profound benefits. Simple acts like a short walk, gentle stretches, or a mindful approach to meals create a foundation for wellness that strengthens with time. These adjustments, while seemingly minor, accumulate into lasting improvements in strength, flexibility, and energy. When we choose to prioritize health in this way, we begin to break free from the limitations we once believed held us back. Each step and each healthy choice remind us that we have the power to shape our lives and that our well-being is worth the effort. Choosing to care for ourselves sends a powerful message. We matter, and life is meant to be enjoyed, no matter our age. Investing in our physical health not only enhances our body's resilience, but also boosts our confidence, enriching our emotional well-being. When we feel strong and energized, we approach each day with a renewed sense of purpose and joy, allowing us to connect more deeply with others and fully engage with life's experiences. Embracing these acts of self-care transforms aging from something to be feared into a journey of empowerment, enabling us to live more fully in the years we have. The fourth habit to let go of is isolating ourselves socially. As we get older, it's easy to retreat, to prefer staying home, and to let our friendships slowly drift away. But isolation is more than just quiet time alone. It's a silent thief that slowly drains us of the very things that make life rich: connection, joy, and purpose. When we withdraw from others, we close off one of the most powerful sources of vitality. Research continually shows that prolonged isolation doesn't just impact our mood, but our physical health as well, increasing risks of heart disease, depression, and even cognitive decline. We're social beings, biologically and psychologically wired to connect. Throughout life, it's these connections, whether with friends, family, or community, that help us feel a sense of belonging and offer perspective on the ups and downs we all experience. Interacting with others stimulates our minds, broadens our views, and fills our lives with laughter, support, and mutual understanding. When we step back and isolate, we not only lose out on these exchanges, but we also deny others the opportunity to share in our experiences and wisdom. Social bonds, even those that seem simple or casual, contribute meaningfully to our emotional and physical health. It may seem easier, especially as we age, to withdraw into the comfort of solitude, particularly when energy levels wane or health challenges arise. But what we gain in solitude, we often lose in connection and fulfillment. There's a risk of losing touch with not just others, but also with the vibrant parts of ourselves. Our presence, stories, and insights hold immense value and contribute to the richness of our shared lives. Engaging with others, even in small ways, reminds us that we still have so much to give, and that every interaction is a chance to bring light into someone else's life, as well as our own. Making the choice to reconnect doesn't require grand gestures. A simple phone call, an invitation to coffee, or joining a local group can reignite that social spark. By intentionally reaching out, we create moments of shared joy and camaraderie that make life feel fuller. Staying engaged in community activities, volunteering, or simply catching up with an old friend can rekindle a sense of belonging. These interactions become an anchor, helping us feel grounded and more deeply connected to the world around us. So, let's make the choice to stay connected, to keep our lives open to others, and our hearts open to new experiences. In reaching out, we may just find that the peace and joy we seek are closer than we realized, waiting within the bonds we nurture. We're never truly alone if we choose not to be. The world is full of people waiting to connect with us, and every interaction is a chance to enrich not only our lives, but theirs as well. The habit of sacrificing our happiness for others is one we need to let go of. For many, especially those who've spent years nurturing and giving, putting ourselves last feels like a responsibility we can't ignore. Yet when we always place others' needs above our own, we begin to lose touch with who we are and what fulfills us. Over time, people may come to expect this selflessness, overlooking the toll it takes on us. We end up drained with little left for our own well-being. This is why remembering that our happiness matters is so crucial. Prioritizing ourselves isn't selfish, but necessary. Learning to prioritize ourselves is a powerful step toward truly living. We've given so much to others. Now it's time to channel some of that energy inward, toward what makes us feel alive and whole. Self-care is not indulgent. It's a core part of sustaining our spirit. When we recognize what brings us joy and have the courage to say no when needed, we aren't just happier. We become better friends, partners, and family members. Taking care of ourselves invites others to do the same, creating a balanced and healthier dynamic where everyone's needs are honored. This shift isn't about pulling away from others. It's about living more authentically. Choosing to reclaim time for ourselves, to explore our own interests, and to guard our peace is transformative. Picture finally taking that trip you've dreamed of, trying hobbies that spark curiosity, or simply allowing a guilt-free day to rest. These aren't luxuries, they are vital acts of self-preservation. We owe it to ourselves to live in a way that reflects our deepest values, setting an example of self-respect for those around us. Embracing this change means accepting a hard truth. The era of endless giving must end. Boundless giving can leave us feeling invisible and unappreciated, breeding a quiet resentment that lingers. By breaking this cycle, we protect our energy and allow others to carry their share. This is our moment to step into a life where our needs are seen and respected. Our happiness isn't a luxury or an afterthought. It's the bedrock of a meaningful life. As we nurture ourselves, we gain the strength to give freely without losing our joy, paving the way for a future filled with peace, purpose, and fulfillment. The sixth crucial habit to shift is learning to respect our physical and emotional limits, rather than fearing they reveal weakness. In a culture that often equates strength with relentless endurance, many of us feel pressure to ignore our limits. This mindset can make us believe that pushing through pain or fatigue shows resilience. Yet, our bodies and minds carry years of effort, and with time, limits naturally change. When we disregard the signals our bodies send, we edge closer to burnout, injury, and emotional exhaustion. Understanding our boundaries isn't about losing strength. It's about cultivating the wisdom to know when to rest, recover, and care for ourselves. Recognizing and respecting our limits lets us sustain ourselves for a life of balance and health. Accepting our physical and emotional boundaries means embracing the realities of time. We honor the body that has carried us through life, recognizing that it needs care, attention, and moments of pause. Pushing past age-related changes or ignoring signs of fatigue only increases the risk of harm. True strength lies not in forcing ourselves forward without rest, but in knowing when to step back. This adjustment is essential for maintaining vitality, as it allows us to conserve energy and adapt gracefully to our current stage in life. When we respect these natural limits, we're making a profound choice to prioritize well-being over societal pressures. In doing so, we protect our ability to keep experiencing the joys life has to offer, rather than sacrificing our health. Living with respect for our evolving limits means choosing self-care over relentless striving. By honoring our boundaries, we're able to focus our energy on the experiences, relationships, and passions that bring true fulfillment. It's about understanding that self-care is not a luxury but a responsibility we owe ourselves. When we align with our physical and emotional needs, we find a deeper peace, preserving our precious energy for the things that matter most. Embracing this stage with mindful self-compassion allows us to live fully without fear of appearing weak. Instead, we show the strength of accepting where we are, and we ensure that each moment ahead is filled with presence, resilience, and joy. The seventh habit worth reconsidering is avoiding intimacy simply due to age. Sexuality and physical closeness are not limited to youth. They remain powerful avenues for connection, comfort, and joy throughout our lives. Society might suggest that intimacy belongs to the young, but this perception misses the deeper significance that connection holds as we age. Physical closeness is more than just an act. It's a means to bond emotionally, provide mutual comfort, and remind ourselves of the warmth that shared moments bring. While physical performance may change, these adjustments invite us to explore new, meaningful ways to experience intimacy. Embracing closeness at this stage allows us to find joy and connection in unique ways that resonate with the wisdom and richness of our experiences. Avoiding intimacy also means missing out on a host of wellness benefits. Physical closeness releases feel-good hormones like oxytocin and endorphins, which work to lower stress, elevate our mood, and foster a positive outlook on life. These natural chemicals help us feel connected and valued, and research even links physical touch to improved immunity and a lower risk of heart disease. Aging doesn't restrict our capacity for intimacy. Rather, it opens doors to express it in ways that honor our evolving needs and desires. The journey of intimacy is unique for each of us, and embracing it without societal judgment brings a new layer of fulfillment. The freedom to approach intimacy as we choose, unhindered by age-related stereotypes, keeps this part of life alive with meaning and joy. Research increasingly shows that touch and physical closeness do more than strengthen our bonds. They actively support our immune systems, enhance heart health, and uplift our mental well-being. Desire and intimacy are not bound by age. Instead, they deepen and evolve, offering comfort, connection, and fulfillment tailored to our present selves. Each person's journey with intimacy is deeply personal, shaped by unique experiences and preferences. By releasing the weight of societal expectations around intimacy, we allow ourselves to engage more freely, adding warmth, richness, and depth to our lives at any stage. When we examine the habits and beliefs we've carried, we often discover that some, while rooted in good intentions, may prevent us from embracing a more joyful and fulfilled life. Aging isn't about closing doors or restricting experiences. It's an invitation to expand our freedom, to focus on what truly enriches us, and to live on terms that resonate with who we are today. Letting go of outdated beliefs and practices that no longer support our well-being gives us the freedom to shape this season of life with clarity and purpose. This stage in life is filled with new opportunities for growth, deeper connections, and a more profound inner peace. Embrace it wholeheartedly, drawing on the hard-won wisdom and compassion you've earned. Each day presents a fresh opportunity to prioritize joy, cultivate meaningful connections, and live with authenticity. There's a profound richness in living fully, savoring the unique gifts and insights that come with age, and finding gratitude in each moment of this journey. As we conclude this important message, remember, our bodies communicate in subtle ways, often signaling underlying issues before they become serious. Persistent itching in these specific areas may be your body's way of calling attention to health concerns that shouldn't be ignored. Paying attention to these signs can make a meaningful difference in your overall well-being and longevity. If you've experienced any of these symptoms or have a story to share, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Your insights could be invaluable to others who may be facing similar issues. And if this video helped you gain new awareness, please like, share, and subscribe. By supporting our channel, you enable us to keep bringing you vital health information. Stay informed, stay proactive, and most importantly, take good care of yourself.